Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Commodity TV, and we are recording here for the ZURI Invest Night, which take place tonight also at the Dolder Grand Hotel in Zurich. And it's my honor and pleasure to talk to Triple Flag, and we have Sheldon Vanderkoy, the new CEO, here with us. Sheldon, pleasure to have you here. First time on Commodity TV.
Very much a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time. Also, there's the conference going on. How is it?
The conference is fantastic. I mean, $3,000 gold, I think, has gotten everyone's attention.
Yeah, even 3,130 now.
I'm underselling it. You're right.
We like that. So, Triple Flag, you are one of the top streamers and royalty companies here in the world. And as we were talking upfront already a little bit, it all sounds like record. So how was 2024?
Yeah, 2024 was a fantastic year. We had record production. We also had the record gold price, but I really want to emphasize that we had the highest production in our history. And when you combine that with the record gold price, you end up with record cash flows. And so it's actually a fantastic story for us and our investors right now.
Okay, fantastic. So how many gold equivalent ounces you have received?
Last year, we were at 113,000. We're quite pleased with that. That actually has us the fourth largest precious metals streaming and royalty company in the world. We started the company in 2016 with nothing, a blank sheet of paper. So we're quite pleased with where we've gotten so far, but more is to come. Okay,
super. Well, that sounds like a real success story, definitely. And I think you have also a margin of like over 90%. Sure.
Yeah, 90%. Yeah, 90% margins. It's a really nice feature of the streaming royalty model. And what that means is as the gold price goes up, we're just not exposed to the operating cost and the capital cost inflation that some others are. And that means the cash flows flow right to the bottom line for the benefit of shareholders.
Lovely. Fantastic. Benefit of the shareholders, that means you pay dividends?
Oh, we absolutely pay a dividend. Yeah, it's a great cash flowing model. And what we've done is we paid a dividend every year since we've gone public. We IPO'd in 2021. And every year since we've gone public, we've increase the dividend, and we expect to do that going forward in the future as well.
Fantastic. Also share buybacks?
We do share buybacks. We're always take advantage of we try to take some shares off the register. What that means is every shareholder has a little bit more of the portfolio with some really fantastic assets in the portfolio. And when we buy back shares, each share has a bit more behind it.
Okay, super. And I think you also had a press release about a new acquisition. So what is going on there?
Yeah, we were really pleased. There was Arcata and Azuca. We put $35 million into a nice project down in South America. It's actually assets coming out of the Hochschild Group. And, we got very attractive rates of return there. We've worked closely with the Sierra Sun team. These are people that we've known for a long time. It's the team that actually built the Cerro Lindo mine, which is our first investment. And we're looking at over 20% IRRs on that return. So a very nice deal that the market liked a lot.
Okay, super. So when does it come online?
That's going to come online in 2026.
They're next year
building.
Already.
Yeah, they're building it already. It's a brownfield. It's a restart, and they might even have it going a little bit in 2025. But we're counting on that in 2026. They're doing well so far.
Super. How does it look then? Your royalty or your stream onto that? What would that mean for your geo performance or for your geo income for next year?
Yeah. So I won't give the next year, but we expect to average around 5,000 or 6,000 gold equivalent ounces for the next number of years on that. So it's actually a nice cash flowing royalty that's going to come online in 2026. And very modest price of $35 million. A great team. They're going to do good things down there.
Okay, super. So how many royalties and streams do you have by now?
Yeah, we have 236 streams and royalties. Yeah, it's a nice portfolio, mostly concentrated in Australia and the Americas. The cash flows come from about 30 different royalties, and the other 200 represent upside development and exploration projects.
So that means you have a lot organic growth in front of you.
We have a lot of organic growth. So we've given forecasts to the market that our 5-year guidance is that we're going to step up our ounces to 135 to 145,000 ounces. That's a nice about 25% increase from the current 113,000 ounce level. That is bought and paid for growth. We don't need to do anything in order to get that. That just has to have those development projects come online.
Okay, super. Does it mean your focus is more, let's say, on gold or let's say precious metals, or what other metals do you have?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, the name of the company is Triple Flag Precious Metals. We always want to stay very much a precious metals company, and that means gold and silver. So right now, last year, 100% of our revenues were gold and silver, about 60% gold, 40% silver, so a nice silver concentration there. We will look occasionally at other metals, but that's only on a kind of an opportunistic basis. We want to stay a gold and silver company. That's what our investors are looking for, and that's what we're doing for them.
Might copper be something for you of interest, because copper is now moving into a deficit this year, and to my understanding, it will stay in the deficit for the next several years.
Yeah, very much interested in copper, but again, I always want to have at least 80 or 90% of our revenues from gold and silver. We do have a copper project coming on this year, and we're excited about that. So a little bit of copper exposure, I think, is nice outside for our shareholders, but the focus is going to be gold.
Yeah, okay. So it's also a little bit diversification, I would call
A little bit of diversification. We take advantage of opportunities where we see them. That's right.
Okay, super. If we look onto your portfolio, on the one hand, there's a lot of organic growth, but are you on the other hand also still actively seeking for new projects? Meaning, what firepower do you have? Do you have undrawn credit facilities? What is the financial situation of the company?
Yeah, always. Like, we've added so much value through growing this portfolio over the years, and we're always looking to do that for the benefit of our shareholders. We have lots of financial capacity. We are debt free. We have a bit of cash on the balance sheet, about 30 million, and we have $700 million of available debt capacity. So, right now we're cash flowing at spot prices a little over 300 million US dollars a year. So that's very significant amount too. So we're looking to redeploy that cash flow for the benefit of shareholders going forward.
Okay, super. Any regions you would say that's a no-go for us? We don't go there, or are you open for business everywhere?
Yeah, there's several regions that we wouldn't go to. I don't know if I want to name those regions, but some of the ones that you'd expect. It'd be tough to do a deal in Russia, and there's obviously a longer list. The bulk of the portfolio is in the really high quality regions. Our single highest country concentration is Australia. Australia is a wonderful mining jurisdiction. A lot of exposure to Canada and the United States, also like Peru, Chile, Colombia, Mexico, kind of the classic mining jurisdictions. And then outside of that, we will explore Africa and potential Asian sites as well, but kind of more on a more specific basis where we see a unique opportunity.
Okay, super. What is the most important goal you want to achieve this year?
I think the number one goal for investors always is hit your guidance and ideally come in at the top end of your guidance. That's what we want to do. We also just want to see continued progress on some of our really nice development projects. We have a royalty on the Koné project being built by Montage Gold in Côte d'Ivoire. We also have a royalty on the Hope Bay project that Agnico has. So looking forward to some nice news flow out of that. And we also have a nice royalty on Skeena's SK Creek project. So, those are three projects that I'm going to watch the news flow quite closely, and then just seeing the solid production out of North Parks and Cerro Lindo, and then hopefully finding some good investments for the benefit of our shareholders. So hopefully we'll have some press releases announcing some acquisitions as well, in addition to the ones you've already released.
Okay, super. Where do you see for the next, let's say, foreseeable future, next 2-3 years, or let's call it by the end of the decade, where do you see the biggest risks in mining? What would keep you up at night?
Yeah, there's always risks in mining. What's nice is the royalty and streaming models is probably the lower risk end of the mining sector, just because we're not exposed to those operating costs and capital costs. The portfolio is really strong. I always look for really strong diversification. So anything that, kind of mining specific risks, like we've heard examples of, tailings disasters and, those sort of failures, and those things can happen in mining. We try to control those through really strong diligence and being associated with really strong operators and really good mines. But I think that's something that we never want to take for granted, and we want to keep aware of. Other than that, I think the future looks really bright. The gold price is strong. I don't see that changing around really quickly. And then finding good opportunities for us to deploy our cash flows and capital for the benefit of shareholders.
Fantastic. So that means rising dividends in the future.
Dividend is going to rise in the future. We've been on record on that. The dividend will rise every year. That's right.
Fantastic. That's a good final statement. Thank you very much. We wish you well. For that, I think you guys are on the right business. And so far, you have fantastically delivered.
Thanks so much, Joachim. My pleasure. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Sheldon van der Kooi, the CEO of Triple Flag Precious Metals. And you heard things are going well, as also our interviews before here. Record. Of course, with those gold prices, that's one thing. This is now the good harvesting when you have done your homework before. And this company has done their homework. A real success story, 113,000 gold equivalent ounces so far in 2024, and a great growth portfolio, growth projection here to 135,000 ounces for the next years. And don't forget, those companies are operating at a 90% plus margin, which is great, well diversified, over 238 altogether you have. Right. Yeah. So, and 30 of them are cash flowing. So that's exactly what you want to have. So make sure you have a very close look onto Triple Flag. Wish you well. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Zurich for the ZURI Invest Night.